Hey, Patriots fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. Exploded is the only word that fits the moment, because what started as a quiet whisper behind closed doors has now turned into a full-blown storm shaking the New England Patriots from the inside out. According to league chatter and growing speculation around the organization, the Patriots have pulled off a move nobody saw coming by reaching a surprise agreement with wide receiver Terry McLaurin, while at the same time making the shocking decision to cut a longtime veteran presence from the locker room. This is not being treated as a simple roster adjustment. Around the league, the feeling is that this represents a philosophical shift, a message sent loudly to the rest of the NFL that New England is done waiting, done rebuilding quietly, and ready to gamble on immediate impact. McLaurin's name alone changes the tone of every conversation about the Patriots' offense, because he is not viewed as a complementary piece, but as a potential focal point, someone defenses must respect on every snap. Insiders describe the front office as unusually aggressive in recent internal meetings, with voices growing louder about the need to surround the quarterback with proven explosiveness rather than developmental projects. At the same time, the decision to move on from a veteran figure has created tension, confusion, and even disbelief among players who believed leadership and loyalty still defined the Patriots' identity. This is why the rumor feels so heavy, because it is not just about one signing or one release, but about the possibility that the Patriots are rewriting who they are and how they intend to win moving forward. The speculation surrounding Terry McLaurin's arrival centers on how unexpected it truly was, because until very recently, few analysts even mentioned New England as a possible destination. Around the league, McLaurin has long been seen as the type of receiver who thrives despite instability, producing regardless of who lines up under center or what system surrounds him. That reputation is precisely why this rumor has caught fire. Sources close to the situation suggest that Patriots decision-makers believe McLaurin represents a cultural fit disguised as a talent upgrade, someone whose work ethic and toughness align with what the organization claims to value, even as it shifts its approach. The idea being floated internally is that McLaurin could instantly elevate younger receivers, stretch defenses vertically, and force opponents to abandon conservative game plans against New England. Yet this excitement is tempered by confusion about the cost, not just financially, but emotionally, because his arrival appears directly linked to the release of a veteran who once symbolized stability. That contrast is fueling debate among fans and former players alike, with some praising the boldness while others fear the loss of institutional memory. The Patriots have always preached that no one is bigger than the team, but this move suggests that impact now outweighs sentiment later. McLaurin's presence alone shifts expectations, because when you add a player of his caliber, patience disappears and pressure follows immediately. What truly intensifies the rumor is the way the veteran cut has been handled, or at least how it is being portrayed by those close to the locker room. The player in question is described as someone who had deep roots within the organization, a familiar voice in meetings, and a bridge between eras of Patriots football. Cutting him was not viewed internally as an easy decision, and some insiders claim there was significant disagreement behind closed doors. This is where the story becomes less about football and more about power dynamics. There are whispers that the coaching staff and the front office were not fully aligned, with one side prioritizing leadership and continuity while the other pushed for speed, separation, and offensive firepower. The release of this veteran is being interpreted by some as a symbolic reset, a declaration that past contributions no longer guarantee future security. Players around the league are watching closely because New England has historically been ruthless in its decision-making, but this move feels different, more abrupt, more emotionally charged. The timing, combined with the McLaurin signing, has created the impression of a calculated risk, one that sacrifices familiarity for upside. Whether that gamble pays off remains unknown, but the message is clear. The Patriots are no longer clinging to what they were. even if it cost them the trust of those who helped build that legacy. Part 1 of this unfolding saga cannot be told without addressing how fans are reacting, because the response has been anything but unified. Some supporters are thrilled, seeing Terry McLaurin as the kind of dynamic weapon the Patriots have lacked for far too long. They believe this is the bold stroke necessary to drag the offense into a more modern era, one defined by speed, spacing, and explosive plays. Others, however, feel uneasy, interpreting the veteran cut as a sign that the organization may be losing its identity in the pursuit of relevance. Social conversations are filled with speculation about whether this move was driven by desperation or confidence, by fear of stagnation or belief in a new vision. The lack of clear communication has only amplified the rumor mill, allowing every possible interpretation to gain traction. Some even suggest that this decision could fracture the locker room before it ever delivers results on the field. Yet within that uncertainty lies excitement, because unpredictability has returned to Foxborough. For years, the Patriots were criticized for being too rigid, too conservative, too attached to process over playmakers. This rumored move flips that narrative entirely, presenting an organization willing to shock the league and absorb the consequences. Whether fans love it or hate it, no one is ignoring it, and that alone signals a turning point worth watching closely. As this rumor continues to evolve, attention inevitably turns to how Terry McLaurin might be used if this signing truly materializes as expected. The speculation is that the Patriots envision him not merely as a receiver, but as a tone setter, someone who dictates defensive alignments and open space for others. Coaches around the league often say that one elite weapon can simplify everything else, and that belief appears to be driving this move. McLaurin's ability to win at multiple levels of the field is being highlighted as the missing ingredient in New England's offensive puzzle. Yet with that optimism comes risk, because expectations would skyrocket instantly. The Patriots would no longer be judged on effort or development, but on production and wins, even if no one says it out loud. The veteran release complicates this further, because leadership voids cannot always be filled by talent alone. McLaurin may bring professionalism and intensity, but he cannot replicate years of institutional knowledge overnight. That tension between present impact and long-term stability is what makes this rumor so compelling. It feels like a crossroads moment, one where New England chooses a direction that cannot easily be reversed. The league is watching, fans are debating, and the Patriots are suddenly at the center of conversation again, not because of history, but because of possibility. The final stretch of this first part rests on one unavoidable truth. Whether confirmed or denied, this rumor has already accomplished something significant. It has reframed how the Patriots are perceived. No longer are they simply the disciplined, predictable organization operating quietly in the background. Instead, they're being discussed as bold, reactive, and perhaps even impatient. The potential signing of Terry McLaurin represents ambition, while the cutting of a veteran symbolizes detachment from the past. Together, these moves suggest a franchise wrestling with its own evolution. Some believe this is the necessary discomfort that precedes success, while others warn it could signal instability masked as confidence. What cannot be denied is the emotional weight of the situation. Players feel it, fans feel it, and executives across the league are taking notes. Rumors like this do not explode without reason, and even if details shift, the underlying message remains. The Patriots are changing, and change at this scale always comes with consequences. As the speculation grows louder, one thing becomes increasingly clear. This is only the beginning of a story that could redefine New England's future in ways few anticipated. The second part of this rumor digs deeper into the internal ramifications, because adding a player like Terry McLaurin does not happen in a vacuum. According to league whispers, the Patriots' offensive structure would need to adapt, not just schematically, but philosophically. McLaurin is known as a receiver who thrives on trust, timing, and freedom, qualities that demand a quarterback willing to challenge defenses rather than settle for safe throws. This has sparked speculation that the coaching staff views this move as a vote of confidence in the current offensive direction, or perhaps as pressure to accelerate its evolution. Some insiders believe the Patriots see McLaurin as a stabilizing force, someone who can mask inconsistencies and elevate everyone around him. Others argue that his arrival could expose flaws, because once a true number one receiver is present, excuses disappear. The veteran cut adds another layer, because leadership responsibilities would shift rapidly, forcing younger players into roles they may not have expected so soon. This is where the risk intensifies. Transformations can inspire growth, but they can also magnify cracks beneath the surface. The Patriots appear willing to accept that risk, betting that upside outweighs discomfort. Another aspect fueling speculation is how this move positions the Patriots within the broader league landscape. By pursuing a player of McLaurin's caliber, New England signals that it wants back into serious conversations about contention, not someday, but now. That perception alone changes how opponents prepare and how free agents evaluate the organization. There is a belief circulating that this could be the first domino in a series of aggressive decisions, with the front office testing how far it can push the reset without breaking the foundation entirely. The veteran release is seen by some executives as a warning shot, a reminder that reputation no longer guarantees security in Foxborough. This could attract players hungry for opportunity, while alienating those who value stability. The Patriots are walking a tightrope, balancing tradition with reinvention. McLaurin embodies that tension perfectly because he brings star power without the baggage of ego, at least in theory. Whether that balance holds under pressure is the question no rumor can fully answer. The emotional impact inside the locker room is perhaps the most unpredictable variable. Veterans who remain may wonder who is next, while younger players might feel both excitement and anxiety about raised expectations. McLaurin's arrival would instantly elevate standards, because his work ethic and production set a bar that cannot be ignored. At the same time, losing a familiar leader can leave a void that statistics cannot fill. Coaches often underestimate how much players rely on continuity, especially during moments of uncertainty. The Patriots have historically thrived on clarity of role and purpose, but this rumored move introduces ambiguity. Who leads now? Who speaks when things go wrong? Who represents the team's voice? These questions matter more than headlines, and how they are answered could determine whether this gamble succeeds or collapses under its own weight. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. From a fan perspective, the speculation has reignited passion and debate in equal measure. Supporters who grew frustrated with conservative roster building see this as a breath of fresh air, proof that the Patriots are willing to evolve. Critics worry that chasing impact players could erode the discipline that once defined the franchise. This divide reflects a broader identity crisis, not just for New England, but for organizations navigating life after sustained dominance. The McLaurin rumor sits at the heart of that struggle, symbolizing hope for relevance and fear of losing what made the Patriots unique. Fans are not just reacting to a potential signing, but to what it represents emotionally. Change always feels louder in places accustomed to control. As the story continues to circulate, former players and analysts have begun weighing in indirectly, offering cryptic comments about balance, patience, and the cost of urgency. While no one speaks openly, the undertones are clear. This move challenges long-held assumptions about how New England operates. The veteran cut reinforces that challenge, suggesting that even respected voices are expendable in the pursuit of progress. Some believe this ruthlessness is exactly what built the dynasty in the first place. Others argue that context matters, and that repeating old patterns without the same foundation could backfire. The Patriots appear unconcerned with external judgment, focusing instead on reshaping their trajectory. Ultimately, this rumor is less about Terry McLaurin alone and more about a franchise redefining its priorities. Talent, speed, and immediate impact seem to be taking precedence over familiarity and patience. The decision to cut a veteran underscores that shift in stark terms. Whether this transformation leads to resurgence or regret remains unknown, but the willingness to take such a risk is undeniable. The Patriots are no longer standing still, and in a league defined by constant movement, that may be the most important signal of all. This story will continue to evolve, but one thing is certain. The explosion was real, and its echoes will be felt long after the rumor becomes reality or fades into legend. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.